In a break from tradition, we'll be looking at an N64 game today, Lylat Wars, or Star Fox 64 if you're American. As Fox McCloud, leader of the mercenary team Star Fox, you'll be exploring the Lylat System, shooting down wave upon wave of enemy ships in order to meet and defeat Andros, the tyrant who's trying to dominate the galaxy. For the most part, the game's an on-rail shooter. You'll be flying through a level trying to avoid incoming projectiles and take down as many enemies as possible. To help you do this, you get your regular lasers, which can be upgraded, bombs, of which you have a limited supply, and the ability to perform various aerial maneuvers.
Do a barrel roll!
For some boss fights, the game will switch to what it calls all-range mode, where you'll be free to fly around a small area as you please, though these do tend to be few and far between. In addition to this, the game will also put you in a submarine and a tank, which provides some nice variety. To ensure the game isn't just flying around shooting enemies, the game will occasionally set you an additional challenge. This can be as simple as a time limit, or as complicated as shooting out every searchlight to pass through an area undetected. This in turn then changes your course through the game. On the game map, it's clear there are more planets than you need to visit to reach Andros. Depending on how well you play the game, or sometimes how much you show off, you can find warps or even alternate routes and bosses altogether that will change the path you take. Ultimately, there are two versions of the final level, Venom, with two variants of the final boss, Andros, and of course, two endings. Multiple routes and endings? Sounds like a fair bit of replay value, and indeed it is. You would have to do a minimum of 3 playthroughs to visit every planet, and many more to see every area and boss the game has to offer. Even if you manage to do that, you can then earn medals for every stage. To earn a medal, you simply have to shoot down a set number of enemies on that planet, and make sure the rest of your team survive the experience. Not only is it challenging, but you will unlock rewards for doing so. You'll get a tank and the ability to run around on foot in the game's multiplayer mode, and you can also unlock Expert Mode, a much harder version of the game where there are a lot more enemies, your ship is way more fragile, and Fox dons his father's sunglasses. The game's not without its faults. You'll probably want to change the language from Lylatian, where all the characters speak a gibberish language, to English. Now, I'm told this isn't an issue in the US version, as the only language available is English, but this information does come from the game boot. You'll also want to kill your fellow pilots, Falco, Peppy, and especially Slippy, for their grating one-liners and complete incompetence. Occasionally you'll have to save them, either to ensure you're still eligible for a shiny medal, or to guarantee you stay on the route you want to take through the game. Bear in mind, you'll be saving their butts constantly. They will never come to your rescue. Not even once. Even in the all-range dogfights, they contribute very little and usually just fly around in a circle. Thanks, guys. Really. There are some real standout moments though. Every battle with your rival team Starwolf is pure gold. I ended up genuinely wanting to see Starwolf fail, and you can take certain routes to ensure you'll fight them more than once. Basically, they're your team, but working for the bad guys. There's also some history, as one of the pilots, Pigma, was on your father's team way back when, and betrayed both him and Peppy. There's also a level that's a complete rip of Independence Day, which simply kicks ass. So, to recap, we have a game that's got tight controls, a winning gameplay formula, a ton of replay value, and just plain oozes Nintendo magic. What could possibly tar this game? Well, maybe how the franchise has been handled since. At any rate, this game is a must-buy if you have an N64. And if not, don't worry, it's on the Wii's Virtual Console, and there's always a remake coming to 3DS. As always, thanks for watching, this has been Afr0Blu3, and I'll see you next time.